Hello guys, and welcome to this tutorial on Windsurf AI, where I'm basically going to review and guide you through the steps to use this Windsurf editor, which is the AI native IDE that is redefining coding with agentic workflows and real-time previews. By the end, you will know how to install, use key features like Cascade and Tab, build one demo app, and decides whether it's for you or not. Okay, now the first step that I want you to do is go to the Windsurf page, which is windsurf.com. And basically, this is a program that you have to download, unlike many other services that we actually cover. So I want you to just come to here, to the download section, and I want you to click on download, and you can select, your version. I actually recommend that you go for this one. What if you use Mac, for example, or Linux? I want you to scroll down to the very bottom, and then you basically have to select your Mac version or your Linux version. Okay, but for most of you, it's going to be the Windows version. And now the file is going to be here. Now, after you launch Windsurf for the first time, you're going to have two options. You can choose your setup flow, and you can basically import it from a VS Code, or you can start fresh, which is what I'm going to do. But the most important thing that you must always keep tick is this option here that says add Windsurf to your path. Okay, always make sure that you tick this. Okay, choose keep adding. I'm just going to choose the default VS Code, but you can also choose BIM. Let's click on next here. Now you have to select your editor theme type. I think that you should choose dark, is the less distracting one. And now you have to basically create an account. In my case, I'm just going to choose to sign up with Google. But yeah, now once you log in for the first time, you are going to be presented with this dashboard, which is basically your menu, similar to VS Code. And this is where you're going to do most of your stuff here. Now, in this workspace, you're going to have different things here. In the left panel, we, for example, have our file tree, okay, similar to VS Code. In the top panel, we basically have our options, similar to any other program that you might find with your file, edit, view, terminal, and so on and so on. And most importantly, you have your Cascade panel, which you can open by clicking onto this button here. But you can also press Control L here, okay? And this is going to be useful for your agentic tasks. Now, since we're talking about Cascade, which is an AI chatbot, I want you to know that you can change between different AI models. And how are you going to do this is by going to Cascade and clicking into this option here. And you can choose between your Cascade base, GPT-4.1, Claude, so on, so on, so on. Cascade base is a decent model. I believe that it's based on Claude. It's like a proprietary model, but it's based on Claude. And it's free to use, okay? And the other models are actually going to cost you credits. How can you see the credits that you have remaining is by coming to your settings in here, Windsurf settings, in the very top left of the screen. And then you can just click on advanced settings. You can come to Cascade options. And here you can basically see how many credits you have left. And in the case that you want to buy more, you can also do that, okay? You can upgrade for more premium credits. But yeah, now in the Cascade panel, you also have different things that you can do, such as use your MCP servers, which we cover in our tutorials, I believe, and they're going to serve you to enable AI agents in your code, for example, to make a call or things like that, okay? But that's kind of more advanced. You can also preview and you can also deploy your app. Now, for the purpose of this demo, we're going to scaffold a very simple React to do app. So we're going to use the Cascade panel here, and we're going to use the write function here. And we're just going to say generate a React to do list component with add and remove functionality. Now we just have to wait like a few seconds for Windsurf to create the code for us. And yeah, now it has actually taken a couple of minutes to create this code, but as you can see here, it created 4 files: our package, JSON, index, and your app CSS file. And yeah, now something that I want to comment on is that you can of course see the whole process that Windsurf is using to create this. And what I find cool about this is that you can basically have 2 different functions. You have the write function and the chat function. If your write function is actually enabled, you're going to be able to make changes to the code. So I can, for example, say something like, implement local storage persistence in the code. Okay, and if I press enter, it's going to actually do this task. If I, for example, switch to the chat code, I can ask questions or I can ask things, but it's not going to make any change to my code. Okay, so keep this in mind, okay? If you want to make change to your code, turn on the write option here, and Windsurf is going to be able to modify your code. Now, one of the things that I like the most about Windsurf is basically the context-aware suggestions, okay? So let's say, for example, that I want to, add a new function, and that's going to be use effect, but I want, this program to be smart enough to actually give me the general structure for this function here. What I'm gonna do is, as I'm typing this, I'm gonna press on tab, okay, on your tab keyboard. And if I do that, look what's gonna happen. It's gonna automatically fill in the details with the structure of the function, which is great actually, right? And this is gonna, in my opinion, speed up coding a lot. Now we can preview the app that Windsurf just created for us by just typing in the chat, preview the app, okay? But what I find is that this is not gonna work sometimes because it's like a beta feature, okay? So what I recommend you do is actually, you need to add like a new conversation here in this plus icon, okay? And then you can just click on this preview icon here, okay? So you can just click here and then you can click on start preview. All right, and now this is going to take a few seconds, and you have to make sure that you have all of the dependencies installed. In my case, you're going to see a warning here. Now, once you're ready to deploy, I just want you to click on deploy here by opening a new conversation, and then you can just click here and then here. Okay, and it's going to take a few minutes, and it's going to be, a lot more careful in analyzing the structure of your project. But yeah, and after you do that, you're going to get a live URL that you can share, okay, without external hosting required, which I find amazing. Now let's go over the pros and cons of Windsurf in my opinion. The best thing that I like about Windsurf is basically the cascade agent, meaning that you can have like a chat similar to VS Code, okay, and you can have multi-file edits, deep context, and all sort of different AI agents on AI models that you can use. Now, I also like the tab smart suggestions. I actually like them a lot, and I like that you can preview and you can deploy within the chat with a matter of just a click in a few seconds, okay, and that you have your built-in hosting, okay, you don't actually require external hosting. Now, I think the pricing is pretty good, especially because you have a free tier. Now, the cons, the things that I don't like too much, is the hallucinations of the cascade model. I think the cascade-based model is a bit off, to be honest, and I would prefer to use something like GPT-4o1, but this is going to cost me credits. And that's pretty much it. I think it's a really solid selection, and I recommend that you try it and you use it. So yeah, let us know how it goes. Thank you so much, guys.